We all think about the future, right? We plan for it, we stress about it. But what if I told you that our whole way of looking at what's next might be, well, completely backwards?
So, yeah, that's the big question, isn't it? How do we face the future? I mean, in our jobs, in our personal lives. And for most of us, our go to move is to try and guess what's just around the corner. And that, my friends, is how we walk right into something I call the prediction trap. It's totally natural, right? We all want to know what's coming. It's like wanting to sneak a peek at the script before your big scene starts, just so you feel prepared. I mean, you see this everywhere. We're glued to expert forecasts, listening to analysts tell us where the market's going to go. We're basically asking for a map to a place that hasn't even been discovered yet. And then, of course, you've got projections. This is where we get all scientific, right? We gather tons of data, build these super complicated models, and we try to draw this nice, neat line from today into tomorrow. And hey, it feels logical, it feels safe. Oh, and don't even get me started on trends. We are obsessed. We're constantly scanning the horizon, looking for the next big thing in tech, in culture, whatever. We talk about them nonstop, just hoping we can jump on that next wave at the perfect time. But here's the thing. Here's the catch. All of these things, forecasts, projections, trend watching, they all do the exact same thing to us. They put us in a passive stance. We're just spectators, sitting in a movie theater, waiting to see how the story ends. We're waiting for the future to happen to us. So, this forces us to ask a really different kind of question. What if the future isn't some book you can read ahead of time? What if it's not a weather report you can just check on your phone? What if it's something else? Okay, and this is where everything changes. This is where we bring in a truly radical shift in perspective, all thanks to the legendary management guru Peter Drucker. Let's call it the Drucker pivot. And here it is. It's so simple, but it's completely transformative. The best way to predict the future is to create it. Just let that sit with you for a second. This one idea doesn't just poke holes in our old way of thinking, it completely blows it up. And look, this is way more than just a nice quote for a poster. It's a genuine strategy. It's about making a conscious choice to stop being a passenger on a bus going who knows where and to actually get into the driver's seat. Think about a company like SpaceX. They didn't sit around trying to predict the future of space travel. No way. They are out there right now actively building it. That is the shift. Okay, so that sounds great, right? But how do we actually do it? Well, it all starts with adopting what we're going to call the creator's mindset. This is the mental toolkit you need to go from just watching the game to actually getting on the field and playing. Let's break this down, because the difference is huge. Look at the predictor. They're always reacting. The creator, they're proactive. The predictor follows trends. The creator actually sets them. But the absolute biggest difference, the real game changer, is the question they ask. A predictor is always asking, what's going to happen? But the creator asks something way more powerful. What can I make happen? So what exactly is this creator's mindset? At its core, it's all about agency. That's your power to act, your ability to make things happen. It's about taking deliberate, intentional action to shape the future, instead of just sitting back and waiting to see what the tide brings in. And believe me, this is way more doable than it might sound. It really boils down to 3 simple steps. Step 1, change your question. Stop asking what if and start asking how can I? Step 2, just take the first step. Seriously, it doesn't have to be some huge, perfect move. Just do something. Start building that momentum. And finally, step 3, build deliberately. Every choice you make should be a brick laid in the foundation of the future you actually want. And all of this leads to maybe the most powerful idea of all, seeing yourself as an architect. Because the truth is, the blueprint for your future, it's been sitting on your desk the whole time, waiting for you to pick up the pen. If you take one thing away from this, let it be this. It's so simple, but it's incredibly profound. You are not just a tenant living in your future, you are its chief architect. You're the one in charge. So let's really run with this architect idea for a second. What you want to create, your vision, that's the blueprint. The stuff you do every day, the big things and the little things, those are your building materials. And every decision you make, that's you, on the construction site actually putting it all together. And the final structure? That's your future, a future that you built. And that right there is the whole point. Your ability to choose, your power to act, your agency, that is the most powerful tool you have, period. It's stronger than any prediction, it's more important than any trend, and it's worth way, way more than any expert's forecast.
So you see, the future isn't some finished building that we stumble upon. It's an empty lot. The blueprint is blank. So the only question that really matters is, what will you build?